But it turns out it was a very odd question for me to ask in that culture and in that business model, because what I quickly learned was that there was no decision to be made. There was no recommendation to be had that we didn't already know the answer to. We knew from day one that we were going to recommend SAP, so we had to work backwards to figure out how can we justify our recommendation for SAP, which we knew already that's what it was going to be. So that was a little bit shocking, a little bit jarring, a little bit disturbing to me at the time, especially being a younger, naive consultant. I didn't quite understand why that was, but then I learned why that was. And that was because the part of the organization I worked for actually had two major divisions within the consulting group. There's the one I worked for, and then there was this other sister group that was focused on SAP. And the two groups were very symbiotic, and they sort of fed business to each other. So our job was to recommend SAP so that the clients would buy SAP and go through a big SAP transformation. Then we would feed that business over to the SAP practice. So at that point, it made sense. I kind of understood why we were doing that, but it didn't seem right. It still felt wrong to me that the client was paying us over $1 million in fees, knowing what the answer was going to be, and we already knew exactly what we were going to tell the client or exactly what we were going to recommend.